Hello fellow Tenno! If you have clicked on this video, it means you're looking at how to farm Hydroid. Well, look no further as I'm about to explain the best current method to farm and obtain the components required for you to assemble this warframe. As Hydroid can only be farmed from Oro on Earth, this means each component will be dropped piece by piece from Councillor Vahek upon a successful kill, except for the main blueprint however. This can be obtained from the in-game market. The drop rate for the three components that drop from a successful kill are as follows. The Neuroptics and the chassis have a 38.72% drop chance, whereas the systems have a 22.56% drop chance. In order to kill Councillor Vahek, you will need to load into his assassination mission. This is Oro on Earth. Once you've loaded into the mission, head to the waypoint indicator on the map.
Vahek's plans for complete system domination make him too dangerous. You know what to do.
When arriving at the first waypoint, you'll be introduced to Vahek in his drone form, and phase 1 of the fight will begin. Whilst Vahek is in his drone form, you will notice that his entire body is invulnerable to damage, making it incredibly hard to deal any damage to him. This is exaggerated even further by his constant flight. Occasionally, Vahek will begin a propaganda broadcast, which will last for approximately 10 seconds. This can be visibly seen by the orange rings that expand outwards from the top of the drone. During this time, his weak spots on his head and backpack will open up and you can deal damage to him. Once Vahek has retreated from the first phase, you will need to progress through the map to the second waypoint, which will then take you into Vahek's boss arena.
I am too important for this nonsense! Finish them off!
Councillor Vahek rose to power by eliminating his enemies on the Grineer Council. He now has near complete control, which makes him one of the most influential Grineer.
Must I do everything myself? Do not think we are done here, Tenno! I knew this day would come! I prepared! Changed myself! I made sacrifices! Tenno!
Once you've arrived in Vahek's boss arena, the mechanics from phase 1 will need to be used here again in phase 2 whilst Vahek is in his drone form. Upon depleting all the health from Vahek in his drone form, phase 2 will be completed and Vahek will summon his terror frame and phase 3 will begin.
Curse you, Tenno! You got me!
Phase 3 will likely be the quickest phase of the fight, as once Vahek's drone has attached to the terror frame, he will be able to deal damage to his entire body, and you will not have to wait for a specific time to do so. Just deal enough damage that the terror frame loses its entire health bar. Once this has been done, the boss fight will be completed and Vahek will detach his drone from the terror frame and flee. At this point you can head to the extraction and claim your rewards. Next, we will go over the build requirements for each part of Hydroid. The Neuroptics will require 150 alloy plate, 1 control module, 150 polymer, 2 argon crystals and 15,000 credits. The chassis will require 2 argon crystals, 1000 polymer, 300 rubido, 1200 nanospores and 15,000 credits. The systems will require 1 orokin cell, 4 gallium, 500 polymer, 220 alloy plate, and 15,000 credits. Finally, once you've assembled all 3 pieces, you can build the Hydroid frame with an additional 25,000 credits and 1 Orokin cell. Before we end, let's go over Hydroid's abilities. For Hydroid's passive ability, during melee slam attacks, you'll have a 50% chance to summon a tentacle that lasts for 15 seconds. This tentacle will attack enemies within 5 meters and deal 200 true damage per second, meaning it will bypass the shields and armor of any enemies. There are some points to note about the passive ability, however, those being that you can only have up to 3 tentacles at the same time. The duration and spawn chance of the tentacle, along with the damage, cannot be changed by mods. However, Pilfering Swarm can apply to these tentacles. The first ability for Hydroid is assumable to Helminth, and it is Tempest Barrage. When activated, Hydroid will summon a barrage of liquid fury that will deal damage in the area that it hits. This ability can be charged for additional damage. The next ability is Tidal Surge. This ability will summon a tidal wave that will crash down towards the enemies, dealing damage to any that it hits. For the third ability, we have Undertow. When activated, Hydroid will become a water trap on the ground which can be moved around by moving Hydroid. When the water trap comes in contact with any enemies, they will be sucked in and begin to drown, dealing damage over time. Finally, for Hydroid's fourth ability, we have Tentacle Swarm. When cast, Tentacle Swarm will summon a number of tentacles that, like the passive ability, will deal damage to enemies in their radius. This ability can be charged to increase the range of the tentacles as well as the number of tentacles. Casting the ability normally will summon 10 tentacles, whereas charging it will summon up to 20 and increase the range from 5 meters to 15 meters. If Tentacle Swarm is used whilst Hydroid is in his undertow, the tentacles will emerge from the pool and move with you. That covers just about everything there is to know for farming and obtaining Hydroid. Thank you for watching this video, and if you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe for more.